What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Saffel, back again with another video, and today I'm here with my WWE SmackDown review for August the 9th, 2016. And I thought with this episode it did a lot better than Raw yesterday. Just an overall show. Maybe because it's the whole 2 hours thing, and it just goes by a lot quicker compared to that extra hour at the end that kind of just drags on a little bit. So, I thought this was just a harmless show. It wasn't spectacular or anything, but I thought it was quite good and had a lot of things going for it when it goes into SummerSlam. So, let's not mess around. Let's get right into the show. So, we open up the show with Randy Orton walking into the arena, and Charlie Caruso, whatever her name is, approaches Randy Orton and talks about how he's going to face Alberto Del Rio later on tonight, and how he's trying to stay focused on Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and that he's going to take one RKO to go to Viperville. And then Del Rio comes up and says that it's just a joke, like Disneyland. And then Orton offers him like a VIP experience, but it's going to be a bumpy ride and all that shit. And then Del Rio says he's going to break Orton's arm. So got a bit of tension between the two before they have their match later on tonight. So then we get to the Wyatt family into the ring, and pretty much cutting a promo about Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose, and how apparently he did not fall to Ziggler last week, and he was a victim, and he was desperate, and he ran him into the steel, and everything went black afterwards, and he builds himself up as a god and all that stuff. And then Dean Ambrose comes out and makes fun of his, mumbo jumbo, and knocks him off, and it's like Wyatt is being a big baby because about him playing the victim, and he says SmackDown belongs to the people and the WWE champion, not you. Wyatt laughs back at him and challenges him, come to the ring. Then Ziggler comes out, and he's stopped by Ambrose. He just comes in there, tries to beat up the Wyatt family, but Ziggler has to come in and even out the odds, but he ends up hitting his sister Abigail on him and everyone else, and they head back together as Ambrose and Ziggler trying to get up out of the ring. So, Wyatt family, I think Bray has done very well on SmackDown. I think this brand is perfect for Bray, and it looks like he's being the top heel on the brand right now, which is pretty awesome. Now that he's got Eric Rowan with him, I want to see Luke Harper come back. I don't know if he's still injured or not, but I think it'd be pretty rad to see him back, and then we have the original Wyatt family members, so that'd be pretty cool. And then right after that segment, Ambrose and Ziggler are arguing backstage. I think during the match, during the little beatdown they had with the Wyatts, I think Ziggler accidentally kicked Ambrose, and they're going to come face to face, and then Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon get in between them, and they announce the tag team match for later on tonight. Then after that, we get American Alpha taking on Mike Vega and Mikey Oshia. So the greatest tag team of all time. Of course, American Alpha won, but before the match even began, pretty much the entire tag team division on SmackDown came out to check them out. So American Alpha win their match, and then Vaudevillains and the Ascension come to beat up American Alpha, while Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, the Hype Bros, pretty much take them out, and everyone's out of the ring, and American Alpha stands tall pretty much. So, I like how the tag team division is really keeping an eye out on American Alpha, because they are like the big team on SmackDown at the moment, because if you really look at it, the tag team division on SmackDown is not that impressive, and Danny Bryan did talk about bringing tag team titles over to SmackDown, so that'd be pretty cool, and I think American Alpha, they have to win that. I think that might be the first team to win it, so we'll just see from that in the future. And so, right after that, on the SmackDown Live table for Renee Young, Maurice and The Miz are pretty much laying there, draw me like one of your French girls style, and they're talking about this, and Miz talks about Apollo Crews and all that, but, Miz is just focusing on Maurice. They kiss on the table, Renee's getting a bit uncomfortable, and we move on to the next match, which is Becky Lynch versus the worst wrestler ever invented by God's green earth, Eva Marie. So, the big introduction is said, the most magnificent diva of all, Eva Marie, all red everything, and all that, which I do really like, because, she has, heat on top of heat. It's fantastic. And right before the bell rings, the top of Eva Marie's top or whatever pretty much comes off. Well, you can't see her tits, unfortunately, but the straps come down, and she's like, "Oh no, I can't compete with a little wardrobe malfunction." And so Becky's like, "Oh, come on, I'm sick of not fighting 2 weeks in a row. I issue anyone to come out here, and I'll fight you. Come at me, bro." So that was pretty cool. And then Alexa Bliss shows up to answer her call, and then they have a match. And so they're going on having kind of match, doing their thing, and then Eva Marie decides to hit her music while the match is starting, but now she's all of a sudden ready to compete. But then Alexa Bliss gets the roll up on Becky. It was all a distraction. She ends up winning the match, and Eva says that she's going to make her debut next week. Is she really? I'm not too sure, but she might actually debut next week, or maybe she saves it for like a big pay-per-view or something. Who knows, but hopefully she can get in the ring. But then again, I don't want to see Eva wrestle, but who knows, she might surprise us. Then after that, we get Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio. Your standard match, pretty much throughout the whole thing. They were doing their moves on each other. Orton, during the end, dropped Del Rio, gets ready for the RKO. Del Rio rolled out of the ring, hits a clothesline on him near the timekeeper's area. And Del Rio grabs a steel chair, hits Orton in the face with it to get the DQ victory. I don't get why he had to win by DQ. I feel like Randy could have just won the match easily, because, Alberto Del Rio is not on a super roll or anything. But right after that, he goes for the chair, waits for Orton to get up, but as soon as Orton gets up, hits the RKO out of nowhere, and that was about it. So yeah, we saw an RKO out of nowhere. What more could you ask for? So then we get, right after that, Rhino and Heath Slater talking. Slater says, "I'm going to do this. I need to win this match. I've got a job. I have 4 kids at home. I just bought a pool and all that." And then Rhino says, "Well, I'm winning my primary in Michigan last week. I think he won, like, something like that. And, I have constitutes to impress, so I can't help you, Slater." And all that. So yeah, Heath Slater kept bringing up his kids, and he said 4, then he said my 2 kids and my 7 kids. So I thought that was quite funny. And before we got to the Heath Slater versus Rhino match, we had a stupid segment with The Miz getting kidnapped by Scooby-Doo in the Mystery Machine. I'm dead fucking serious. And pretty much stole his car and fucked off. So yeah, that happened. Scooby-Doo, get off my television set and die, please. So we had the Heath Slater versus Rhino match. Of course, Heath Slater was really strong in this match. No, of course Rhino fucking won. Gore with the win. Easy victory. Rhino is now officially on SmackDown. So, right after that, after the match, Slater, he's not happy. He's throwing a bit of a little hissy fit to Shane and Bryan, because right before he came into the room, they said, "You know what? Heath Slater showed a lot of heart tonight. I might sign him a contract." And then that's when Slater comes in. "You guys are stupid. You don't know anything." Just runs off. And I was too good for SmackDown anyway. And so they're like, "Yeah, about that contract, screw it." Just like throws it out, which I thought was funny. And right after that, we get Carmella versus Natalya. Carmella was doing some stuff on the microphone, and of course Natalya had to come beat her up, because that's her favorite thing apparently. But they ended up having a proper match this time. Carmella actually ended up winning, which was good. Natalya throughout the match was kind of getting very full of herself. She was flexing a lot, pretty much showing off. Carmella hit her finishing move, which was the Code of Silence, like a submission hold or whatever. Natty tapped out, and yeah. So, we got a little AJ Styles versus John Cena little promo package for SummerSlam. They weren't on this Raw. They weren't on the SmackDown, because I think they're traveling to Australia and New Zealand for the tour coming up here, which I'm not attending, which sucks, because that card looks fucking stacked, man. But after the Styles Cena thing, Baron Corbin just beats up Kalisto in the back for no reason. Well, there is a reason. He cost him the shot at the IC title, so I guess that makes sense. So Corbin versus Kalisto match will have to be coming up in the future. And then we get to the main event tag team match, Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler versus the Wyatts. And yeah, this was a really good tag team match. I really enjoyed it. Of course, how this match kind of ended, Ziggler went to roll up Rowan for the 2 count, hit another 2 count after a sick DDT, some back and forth action, hit the zigzag, but Wyatt moved, he broke up the pin. Ambrose blocked his sister Abigail, sent Wyatt to the floor. He hits the dive to the floor. Ziggler and Rowan, they fight again. And then Ziggler hits the super kick. Is that his new signature now? That he's using the super kick as a proper signature move. So Ambrose and Ziggler pick up the win. And so they raise their hands. You know, they seem to be on the same page. But then all of a sudden, Ambrose is like, nah, fuck you, mate. Dirty deeds in the middle of the ring. Holds the championship up, and that's how we end the show. So, yeah, I kind of expected Dean Ambrose to, like, kind of turn on Dolph Ziggler near the end there. That's something he would do because Ziggler accidentally kicked him at the start of the show, so this was Ambrose's way of getting even. So I feel like for next week on Raw, I feel like this is going to get very, very intense, and Ambrose and Ziggler are going to have a big brawl involving something. So yeah, overall, I actually didn't mind this SmackDown. I thought it was quite good and a lot better than Raw, in my opinion. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you thought of this SmackDown. If you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram is at JackManLove31 if you want to check me out there. Also, check out the Bullshit Club members, Mr. Edge TV and the 5/8. Their links will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out in 3, 2, 1.